Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of the DB Dailies vlog. So we're going back to our project series kind of thing that we're doing at the minute. So we're down here with Pal Roach. You've obviously seen him before with his stunning DC5 Integra, right? But today we're down here with his STI Subaru Impreza, which is seeing better days at the moment. But we're going to have a chat with him, talk about the project, where he's going, where it came from, and how he hopes it's going to end up.
So good, so good. This whole conversation, you're looking so good. This whole
So Pat, we're down here, right, and we're going to, you've been lucky enough, I suppose, or fortunate enough that you were able to pick up a second car as a project. We know, we've seen the DC5 driving and everything, it's stunning, like, you know, so we have the project car here. When did you pick up the project car, or what was kind of the story behind getting it?
I actually had this car before the DC5.
Okay.
So there was a bit of a flip went on, but yeah, a friend of a friend recommended go up to this shed one night and have a look at this car. He had noticed it in a barn while he was working.
Yeah.
So, and I was always a fan of Subarus and stuff like that, so went up. Turned out, a young lad that bought it couldn't get insured on it.
Big problem in Ireland at the moment.
Yeah, so I was sitting there, I think, for 2 or 3 years. And yeah, we done a deal. Got it nice and cheap.
So when people talk about this elusive barn find, this actually was
definitely
a barn find, like,
because there was bales of straw around it, and it was neatly put into a corner, covered over, and it was, I couldn't believe it when we pulled the cover off it, you know. Yeah.
So like we were saying about the car scene in Ireland as well, like we were talking about car tax and insurance being a massive issue and all, right? Yeah. So this was a guy who actually bought a car that he really wanted, loved it, and literally couldn't afford to insure it. So not the fact that he couldn't insure the car, but he couldn't afford insurance to go on the car.
I actually think he couldn't even get a quote because he was just too young, you know.
No, so it is scandalous. Like,
it was unfortunate for him, but
so
fortunate for me.
Yeah. So you picked up the car out of the barn, right?
Yeah.
And knocked the dust off it, and it turned out that it was actually in pretty good shape.
I tell you, all I had to do was, he had lost the key for it. Yeah. So got a key cut. Went back up, started, no problem, and brought her home, give her a bit of a clean up, and brought her straight up to the NCT centre, and she flew through it.
No way.
No problem whatsoever.
From a barn find with no key, you got quite lucky, I suppose,
very
to call it in a way, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, very lucky.
Okay, so even though she passed the NCT, which in Ireland, I suppose, national car test, right? If we open up our little lid here, right? We're running on Flintstone power at the moment.
Yeah, the 2 feet on the floor at the moment.
So you got the car, got an NCT, and it was driving, right? But you decided that you want to bring it back maybe to its former glory, I suppose, doesn't it? And have it as a show car as well. And a driving show car, we call it.
Yeah, after driving it, I definitely drove it for a year, and it was running perfect, you know. Got it home one day, and I was doing a job on the front. I think it was the headlights. I wanted to freshen them up because they were gone faded. Yeah. And I whipped off the front bumper, and this rust here is what I noticed.
Yeah, on the front here. I suppose any English car, like, they salt the roads over in England a lot more, isn't it? So the front of the car take the hit.
It's meant to be known in the Subaru world of where the radiator sits there, and all them radiators leak over time. It's the coolant rots them. Okay. She's actually, luckily again, a Jap import one. Yep. So, and I don't actually think she was ever in England, but I'd say, look at the wet weather in Ireland, bad roads, and where it was, I'd say where the water was getting in, it was just sitting there, couldn't get away. Yeah, yeah. So that's why it's pretty well known that the Subaru front bars rot out. Yeah. But there's actually a kit you can get. It's on the way, and we just cut it out here and there and weld in the new one.
Happy days, yeah. So it's so easy. Well known that there's actually people out there making the parts now to fix a known problem.
But that was between the first lockdown of COVID and spotting that was the result of why the whole car then got stripped. And I just said, so we're going to do it right.
So we have a car with an NCT, we call it, that needed to have his headlights buffed up to what we're looking at here today.
Engine out, the whole lot.
So, okay, we've obviously seen where it's come from and where we are now, okay? Yeah. So, the plan, what's the plan on paper at the moment?
At the moment, basically, drop the chassis out of it, drop the gearbox out, and get the whole car under sealed. Okay. All the arms, all the chassis, going to get all that resprayed and have it nice and clean. Not going for any like show sort of stuff, but just get it sprayed up that it's clean and protected forevermore. Took the engine out. Subarus are known for eye leaks, head gaskets and stuff like that. But between the mist of investigating, the engine that was actually in that car had a really bad reputation of throwing a leg out of bed, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. So throwing a leg out of the bed, guys, right, is basically one of the rods connected to the piston literally shoots out the side of the engine, like, you know what I mean?
So she's a WRX EJ205 is the engine that was in that one.
Yeah.
And I'm upgrading it now to the STI engine, which is an EJ207, which came from factory fully forged. Okay. Basically.
Yes, yeah.
It's a good modification. I could put my heads from that engine onto this, so it's literally got 2 engines make one, and bolt it all back up, and I'm going to be in around maybe 350 horsepower when it's done.
Yeah, yeah.
You
so
know,
you're talking
realistic, and
the newer engine. I know we're running the boxer engine, which means your pistons are going out the way, I suppose, instead of up and down. But so you're taking the bottom end from a different engine, but you're still able to use your own head.
They actually still make them. ICP over in England, you can buy all the boxer engines brand new from Japan. They're made. So literally just going to get a new bottom end. Awesome. Put it straight in.
And it is great, I suppose, that I know this one's a 03, that you're able to get parts, stuff still made for them, like, you know, and like that, the problem issues that come up with them, they're still making the parts for them to get them.
They are, yeah. No, I was very surprised as well. But
as far, we love giving people shout outs here or whatever, right? But you were talking to me earlier on about information. Yeah. And you said you've one site in particular, I suppose. The
Irish Subaru Club. I became a member when I bought the Subaru.
Yep.
Because when I opened the bonnet up that night and I looked at the engine, I was just like, what the hell is this?
It is very different.
The boxer engine is an ugly, complex looking engine.
Pipes running everywhere.
It's a lovely engine when it's all done right. But again, I hadn't a clue. I'm not a mechanic. I know my way around most cars, but again, when it came to the boxer engine, I just said I need a bit of advice.
So the Irish Subaru Owners Club there, shout out for the guys there.
Yeah, and I have to say all the guys on that are so helpful. And to my surprise, I thought I was the only madman in Ireland that was doing this. There was 3 or 4 other guys in the club that have actually done exactly what I'm doing and finished them.
Yeah, and it works.
So they were able to tip me off on the do's and the don'ts of what I have ahead of myself, you know.
And you were lucky here, we were down here one evening for a barbecue, and one of our previous vlogs as well, TJ Tyrrell was down with you as well.
Yeah, his STI.
You know what I mean? So it just goes to show, guys, right, that, you know, talk to one another, like, you know, reach out to clubs, reach out to people, like, because something that you have here, he mightn't have, and something that he have, you mightn't have.
One of the first things they said was definitely do the bottom end.
Yeah.
Because they said they were made in a chocolate factory. That's what they actually said. So.
Yeah.
And again, I hadn't a clue. So yeah, that's out now. It's over there. I can take the heads off it, and I'm going to get them all polished and whatever.
Yep.
And the new block will just come in and just bolt it back. There's another setup you could put on top of it if you wished, which is what the STIs have, which is what TJs will have. Is the AVCS, which is the variable valve timing.
Yep. So it's like VTEC in the Hondas, it's like VVTI in the Toyotas.
Lower down, you'll have more torque. I actually drove TJs, and it was just absolutely
it's a dream car to drive, isn't it?
And this,
it's
completely different. We won't blow his head up. Anyway,
because even you were saying as well, between 5-speed and 6-speed boxes as well. Like.
Yeah, so I'm limited with the 5-speed. I know, look at, there's horror stories that they blow up on standard power, and then I've heard lads running 300 to 350 with them, but it's how you treat a gearbox.
Yeah, reliability, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't just, look at, we just have to be mindful of that too. Okay. But the upgrade is there if I ever wanted to go 6-speed as well. Yeah,
that's an option that you can go down along the line. And like that, you've got all your information from sources in the car community as well. And these are people who have tried it, tested it, and still working. Please God for them to this day. Like, you know,
yeah, so the guys in the Subaru Club, the one guy's done the very same. He've held on to his 5-speed. He've done Mondello, numerous track days. He've gone to the Nuremberg ring, as the Subaru guys do every 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
They've trashed him around, and he said 5 speeds, look after him, change the oil in them,
and it'll still work away for you.
They'll be fine, you know.
So, for everyone that's watching the vlog, I suppose, right, we're going to keep in touch with Pat on the project, right? We're lucky that he's one of our DB Dailies lads, and he's wearing some merch today as well. But we're out here, and what we're going to do is we're going to let Pat work away on his car, right? And he's going to get some shots of the work along the way, and then we're going to touch base with you maybe in 6 months' time or so, and then pick up, or maybe less, please God, and pick up, and we'll kind of touch base with this project. So if there is any Subaru heads out there, be sure to keep a check on it, and like that,
all the advice is needed.
And give advice, or even ask Pat questions of taking out the engine and taking out parts and stuff. Don't be afraid to ask, you know.
This whole conversation gets me fed away. Now my body's shaking, feels so good to me.
Right, so guys, what we're going to do is I'm very glad to hear that he is. I know we're talking about changes that he's going to make, but the fact that he is going to be using, you know, all original parts and keep the body in all original as what it should be, it's going to be great to see it back on the road.
I love the look of the Subaru. As I said, there's nothing on the outside I'm going to be changing. It's basically all running gear and make the engine last forever, hopefully.
Yeah.
But the body, there's not a dent anywhere on the body, so and the rust, as I said, is just there. So apart from that, the whole car will be just back as it was.
So it's going to be another car, I suppose, saved more than anything, like rather than rotting away in a shed. That's going to be back on Irish roads, hopefully in the near future, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Pat, look, from me anyway, and from the DB Dailies lads, which is yourself anyway, I'd like to say thanks very much for having us down here, right, to have a look at the car. And look, like I said, we'll be touching base with you, and you'll be keeping tabs on.
Pressure's on now to get something done.
The pressure's on as well. And I'm sure, guys, right, if you check out Pat there, right, we'll drop up his Instagram tag as well. That check in on his story from time to time as well, and he'll have the updates that are going to be on the vlog on his timeline or his story or all them things that social media have. From me anyway, and the rest of the DVD's vlog crew, Pat included, thanks very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we're going to get back to you in the near future. For anyone that wants to get a hold of DB Dailies, you can get us on Facebook, Instagram, you can get us on dbdailies.com. Make sure to drop over to our website and get some of our merch. Hats included here. We have hoodies, t-shirts, lanyards, we have sun strips, stickers, you name it, we have it. Be sure to get over there and check it out, and we'll see you in the next one.